scanner and the randomness. So I'm going to do both. All right. All right. My goal. Ready? My first method I'm going to write for you is one that you know very well. I'm going to take two numbers. I'm going to get two random numbers. I'm going to add them together. Okay? So my random numbers are going to come from here. Random G equals new random. All right? And I'm going to make two integers. What is it? What's its problem? I'm too fast for it. I don't think I'm really too fast for anyone. Next int. And I'm going to make it a random number between 1 and 10. Why not? It's better than inputting. It's a little bit more exciting, no? I don't know. It's up to you. So, I'm here at the end. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to print them out. I'll print them out nice so you like me. It'll say, oh man, x equals, and then I'm going to put x, and then plus a tab, y equals, and then a y variable. Okay, run the program. So far, so good. 3 and 7, and it's giving me random numbers for x and y. Cool? You guys cool with this? Nothing new here. Okay, now it's going to come the part where I'm going to add a method. I'm going to add those two numbers together. Yes, I know I could just say x plus y and add them together. But that's why I'm going to show you a method that you know what it's going to do, and it's that easy. So, one thing to notice is that all this stuff starts with a brace, ends with a brace. This brace ends the whole class. So when I enter another method, I cannot enter that method here because it would be a method inside a method if you wish, but I'm going to make a method. And I'm going to say public static int. I'm going to return an integer called add. I'll call it add them. And then I'm going to need two of these guys. I'm going to need int f, comma, int y, int p. Open and close braces. It doesn't like it. It doesn't like it because I'm returning an integer. So this is the main program in this method. I'm going to give into the method two parameters. I'm going to release to the main an integer. Remember that yesterday? In and out. Coming in, going out. All I'm going to do is a one-liner. Return f plus b. Or b1. Oh, this is p. Okay. All right, now it's good. All right. Now let me show you how to call this method. The method's done. I'm done. I can put it away. You see me? It closes it up nice. All right. If you got lots and lots of methods and you don't want to see them all open, you can close them and work with the ones you want. What methods also do for us? And I'm going to ask you this on a test or quiz, but what methods do? Let's say you're doing a large program. If you're doing a very large program, and this method works, it's not error. It doesn't have any errors. It can hone in on where your errors are. Okay, because if you know a method works, then you don't have to look for it if you have an error. Doesn't that make sense? All right. So now the call to this method is going to be something like this: int answer. Because it is returning something, I have to put it in something. Okay, answer equals, add them, and I'm going to send to it x comma y. So take a look. I guess I got to print it afterwards. All right, I'll print answer, but I want to show you some colors here. This better be good. This better be good. Was that good?
That was very
Yeah,
good.
they do actually call.
I couldn't freaking believe it. I've never been called for a reference. Everybody said, can I use it for a reference? Sure. She wants to work for Oracle, though. Oracle's no joke. No joke. Oracle is database programming.
for the wet.
So it's pretty, it would have been nice for him to give me a heads up that he put me down as a reference, because he never even contacted me about it, but whatever. I'll talk to him later. All right, we ready? I'm back. You're back on this? Okay, here we go. This guy is the main program right here. It's a function within itself, actually. All right? It does not see anything in this method, the blue method. Doesn't see it. The only way it communicates is through this coming back to the main, if I have something to come back to the main, and through this coming in from the main. It's the only way it communicates. I'm the main. Okay, I'm the main. You're the method, right? Okay, the only way to communicate. Give me something. So hold it up. One parameter. Another one. 2 parameters. That's it. If we had 3 parameters, we'd be aliens. But I'm just saying, that's the only way I'm going to communicate with him is through those parameters. Okay? That's the only way what's happening here is these 2 parameters. What's happening is when I call add them, notice it changes to italics. I send it X and Y from the main. That's the red X and Y. Red. It comes down and makes a copy into the blue F and B. Okay? I just chose randomly F and B. You can choose any variables you want as long as the types match up. The order matters because this is X, that's Y. So X will be put into, I don't want it this way. X will be copied into F, Y will be copied into B. If I made that call, Y comma X, then Y would be copied into F and X would be copied into B. Okay, they get copied, and now I could use F and B here. All I do is add them up and return it. When I return this, this whole thing is eliminated. That whole call is eliminated and becomes whatever I return. So let's say, like in this example, X was 4, Y was 1, this would be 5, and it would return 5, so this whole call would return 5. It would take the place of the call of the function, and that would be put into answer. Let's continue. I guess I just have to print it out. But before I do, ask me questions, please. I wasn't that good. I was better on the recommendation than I was for this. I promise you. Anytime anybody here, you learn a life skill right here today. You don't learn only computer science, you're going to learn something in life. Anytime anybody asks you for your weakness, make it a weakness that is almost accentuates what you do. My weakness, work too hard. Okay, my weakness, I continue with a project until it's finished. I don't do another project. Now with the days of multitasking, that might not be as nice of a thing, but they know it gets done. I put too much time into teaching. It's a weakness. All right? I have very few time for myself. So when you go for jobs and stuff, do that. Go ahead, Ann, please.
What's the difference between public and private?
Right now, nothing. Right now, nothing. It will matter when you have 2 different. Remember when we had Carl and you had 2 files? Well, if I made it private, it wouldn't be able to scan the other main to the file. Does everybody understand that? Remember in Carl we had a main and we had a class. If I would have made in the class the thing private, it wouldn't communicate with the main. Okay? Here it doesn't, but because I'm in the main, making methods in the main, if I did this, if I did Did I spell it right? If I did private, no difference. I run this program, here you go. Oh, I still didn't print out the answer. Let's print that baby out. Answer, here we go. Boom, answer's 10. I did it private. Let's do it public. No big thing. 6. Wait, let's take it out. Forget it. I don't want to put a visibility modifier. It automatically, if you don't put one in, it thinks it's public. Okay, so it defaults to public. Here it wouldn't matter, but you'll see that later when we start talking about classes. If you wanted to, I could make this X and Y. And then here, do this, X and Y. However, the X and Y in the method are the blue X and Y's. The X and Y in the main program are the red X and Y's. They're different. They are different. Okay? This is designed for people to modularly design programs. So for example, if I had all of you working on a program for me, and I said, Reedy, give me a method that does this. And Sacco, give me a method that does this. Well, you don't have to worry about variables at all. You have to just worry about what's coming in, what's going out. So if Sacco wants to use X and Y, and Reedy wants to use X and Y, and all of you want to use X and Y, you can. Because it's only in this method. When this method is done, those are done. The memory or the garbage collector, do you remember that? The garbage collector takes these out of memory when this is done. So the blue X and Y are different than the red X and Y. Okay, they are different. Same in variable name, but different. All right, these get destroyed at the end of the method. After this call to this method, these are destroyed. Those stay. Okay, if I print out X and Y up here, I'll get whatever X and Y is up here. If I print out X and Y here, I'll get it here. Let's pretend that I didn't call, let's pretend, I don't know, this might be very errorful, but I'm going back to my original here, and I have F and B. If I try to print F here, it's just not going to happen. F doesn't exist up here in the main program. It might ask me to try and make an F, create a local variable F. These are called local variables. Okay? Some terminology. This is called an actual parameter. Actually, what's coming from the main is the actual parameter. These are called formal parameters. Okay, you will get notes on this later. I see you're all into it and paying attention, so don't take a note, just stay with me. I could change this program. I could change it so it doesn't have any parameters at all. I could change it like this. Well, then I would have to move, hold on, I would have to move all this copy into the method. Okay? And I would have to change X and Y to F and I'll just change this to X and Y. Now I have a method that doesn't need anything from the main. Okay? I can get rid of this too. Check out the difference between the two programs. This one has no parameters. It'll say add them. In the method add them, it's going to generate two random numbers and add them together. Okay? I don't send it anything, but it will send me back the sum. All right? It still works the same way. I just wanted to show you that this doesn't have any parameters. I did not communicate the numbers with them, with Anthony. Anthony kept all the numbers himself. He just gave me the answer. Okay? Another way you can do this is have this be a void, which means it doesn't return anything. So if that's the case, I don't have to put it into anything. So it would look like this. add them is just gonna add two numbers. Answer doesn't exist up here. It's just gonna add two numbers, here it is. 4, 6, 10, the whole McGill. I don't like doing it this way. I think it's much better with parameters being passed, because now this is getting to be a very specific method that I can't reuse. You with me? I can do it more than one time now. Here, I can do it 4 times if you want. I can do a for loop. Yeah, let me practice for loops, I guess, for you, because I don't know them. That's a colon, darn it. I can really blow your mind in a for loop in a minute. So that'll do it 4 times. See all 4 times it did it? Watch this, I'll blow your mind. I don't mean to do this, but I can. This is for whoever's absent. Does the same exact thing, only this does nothing in the 3rd slot, but it updates it in the 1st body, right? That's weird, isn't it? I can update it there. That would really drive Java people nuts, all right? But here's doing it 4 times, calling it 4 times. This one, I don't have to put into anything. The other one I had to put into because it was returning something. The static is needed right now. I'm holding off on the static. You gotta put it right now. In a day or two, you'll wind up why you have it and why you don't have it. I'm going back to the original. Okay. Here we go. Back to the original. So I send X and Y and they get F and B. Why did I come back? Yes, question.
Are you putting the values from X and Y into F and B?
Yes, I am.
Nope.
I am. F and B is not being created until this line of the program. And then it's being deleted. F and B are deleted at this point, right when I reach that next line. All right? But I am copying them. It copies them into F and B. All right? Because watch this. If I change F, check this out. I'm just going to print X and Y again. Okay? I don't care that I'm adding them. I'm going to just print X and Y again. If I do F plus 1 over here, F equals F plus 1. All right? When I run the program, notice X did not change. Because in the copy, F changed. You with me? Go ahead.
Do you have to use static int because you're using integers? Or
No, static is always there because you're in the same program as the
but
main.
The int part, does that one change?
Because the int would change if I'm not returning an integer.
Okay.
Let me give you another example while we're here. Anybody, any other questions here? That was a good question, Josh, but do you see it? They made a copy of F, I changed F, who cares? I can print out F here and show you. I think you believe me, but you know, sometimes I gotta help you out. And I think I'll do that. That was an unbelievable thing for Oracle. I should have said I'm Oracle certified. Maybe she would have cared. I don't think she heard anything I said. Do you have a sentence describing him? And I said the sentence so fast. Okay, thank you. You think she wrote it down? You think she's that quick of a typer?
You could have been recording the call.
Frankie's smart, isn't he? She would have, no, she couldn't have, because she would have had to say, our call is being recorded. The rules state, the rules, the law states, if you are being recorded, you have to be let know.
Okay.
Are they actually on the state here?
How much?
Are they might be dependent on the state here? Like,
Oh yeah, I
it's
think
like
in New
some
Jersey
state
it's
has
legal.
No, I think it's federal.
Is it?
I think it's a federal
No,
law.
in New
Whenever
Jersey
you
it has
get
to
a,
be,
whenever you
because
call, like,
whenever you
telemarketer call, they always say that.
Here.
Yeah, I think it's a
That's
federal
a
law
different-
that if you are being recorded, it has to tell you.
No.
Here, look it up.
Probably has to be
Look it up. 'Cause I think I've heard before like people saying
Remember I
it's
called
like
Best
legal
Buy
in
this
some states. Here, look it up.
It should be a
I would be
federal law,
surprised.
to be real.
Yeah,
It should definitely be illegal.
To legalize it.
I'd rather be like phone call recording consent. can't even do this typing out. Maybe you need.
You should be aware that the federal and state wiretapping laws may limit your ability to do so. But because, here's the deal, from a legal standpoint, the most important question of recording is whether you get consent from all parties. So I think if it's a federal law permits recording phone calls, in-person conversations, and the consent of at least one party. You need consent.
It said one party.
But if it's just from one party.
Yeah, that one party could be the person.
That's what I was trying to say. So I think some states though, like that's the federal law, but I think some states say you have to have like both parties. Like so say I call you, I'm one of the parties, so
I know that I'm.
But I believe that they are businesses, and businesses.
I don't know how businesses work. I think that might be different. Like,
I believe there's a business deal with it.
the problem.
Scroll
is-
down a little.
That
Scroll
would-
down a
Says
little.
it,
If that was true, that would make it
a little bit
sense.
more.
'Cause then, like,
Yeah.
Or
Can you
the
record
companies
it?
might have you sign an agreement.
Regardless of whether state or federal law governs it, it is almost always illegal to record a phone call or private conversation which you are not a party. You do not have consent from at least one party. You could naturally overhear. In addition, federal laws may not. I don't know if that is the device. What if you?
I think this is talking about wiretapping.
It is, but it spans both. All right, I gotta get back to methods.
Yeah.
You guys can do a little bit more research on that. Ask your history teacher or something like that. History? You think that's history? English? I don't know. Question.
Does it matter like what order? So for like we put F into B or X into Y.
Yes.
Will F go into
X always goes into F. Y goes into B. If I made this Y and X, then Y would go into F and X would go into